Hello and welcome to North Kesteven District Council. These are our offices in Sleaford, in the heart of the North Kesteven District. My name's Phil Roberts and I'm a Corporate Director with the Council. Now, before I applied to work for the Council, I didn't know too much about North Kesteven as a district, and I guess that you might be in a similar position. But actually North Kesteven is a really vibrant, active district. It's one of the fastest growing districts that we have in the country, and actually it's really easy to see why. We have low house prices, we have the lowest crime rate in the country, we have fantastic schools, good rates of employment, etc. And it's a really fantastic place to both live and work. And as a council, we position ourselves at the very heart of the development of this district. We've got a very strong corporate plan, which has a vision of achieving 100 flourishing communities. And within that, we have 4 very strong priorities. We have our economy, which is based around supporting and helping businesses to grow, to meet needs so that we can expand our employment opportunities. Our homes is based around making sure we've got the right number of properties and the sufficient quality of properties to meet our growing need. Our communities is trying to make sure that we're providing services at the right levels to meet our customer needs, and underpinning all of that is the Our Council priority, and that priority makes sure that we're supporting what we're doing amongst those first, more customer facing priorities. Now, the post that I want to talk about today is our Head of Corporate and Customer Services. It's not a new post, it's been on the establishment for some time, but it's at the very core of what the Council is trying to achieve in terms of moving us further forward. Now, there's an awful lot that I could talk about that's associated with the post. I think it's probably better if I focus on 2 key things. Firstly, what we call our FIT programme, FIT. The F starts for future planning. And through that project, what we're looking to do is actually bring together lots of information about the district, lots of local trends, national challenges, etc., so that we can look and explore in a bit more detail where our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats lie. And that information we will use to develop our next version of the corporate plan that we're looking to have up and running by spring next year. And the post holder will be responsible for leading that challenge, making sure that we go through that process fully. So that's the F. The I bit is around improvement and is making sure that we've got some systems in place to constantly challenge our levels of performance. Actually, performance at NK is really good. It stands really well in comparison to most authorities across the country. But nonetheless, we want to make sure that we're listening to what our customers say about our level of performance and constantly challenging that and looking to improve that for the future. The T bit is about transformation. And most public authorities have some sort of transformation programme. We've done a lot through ours. We've achieved something like £2 million savings over the last 2 or 3 years. We've established a number of shared services for things like revenues and benefits, and we've had a really strong programme in place for some time. But on the back of the future planning work we're doing, it only seems right to reinvigorate that programme and make sure that we're getting our transformation programme set up properly for the future. We see that as really important to us. So that's about FIT. And if you were successful with the post, you'd be leading that programme together. I want also to talk a little bit about customer services. And next I'd like to talk to some members of our customer services team about what it means to deliver customer services directly here at North Kesteven District Council. But it's also worth just reflecting on actually the fact that customer services is a theme that runs right throughout all the services that the post holder manages. We have a communications team and a comms strategy which actually seeks to deliver messages in modern and effective ways so that we can engage with our communities really, really well. We have a corporate information team that, as well as developing our corporate plan, also make sure that we do consultation in the right way so that the customer's voice is heard throughout everything that we deliver. We have IT teams and a web team, and their responsibility is to make sure that our infrastructure is set up in such a way that customers can readily access all of our services, and actually the officers can work in a really agile way as well. So next I'll be talking to some members of our customer services team, and let's hear what they've got to say. I'd like to introduce you to Karen, Jane and Sarah from our customer services team, just to say a little bit about what it means to work in customer services here at North Kesteven District Council. I guess my first question is actually, what does customer service mean at this council?
Well, we are obviously the face of the council, so we have to always present a professional image, and also we have to be approachable and friendly, because we have to make sure that everybody who contacts us, whether it's telephone, face-to-face at the reception area, or if it's email or whichever way they choose to come and see us, we have to always treat everyone fairly and just have to be there to be able to assist people in whichever way we can.
And as my colleague said, treat everybody fairly and equally, and also we'd like to go the extra mile where we can to help people as much as we can.
And how important do you think the customer services are at this council?
Very paramount.
Can we just talk a little bit about what it means to work at North Kesteven as well? I tend to think it's quite a special place to work. Does anyone want to comment on what it is like to work here at this council?
Absolutely. There's the customer services team. We've got 15 people, members of staff, made up of part-time and full-time, and all of our personalities are so unique, yet our team working ethic is really, really very strong, and we're very good at pulling together our knowledge and our help within each other. But beyond that, NK have kind of got 400 staff members, so whatever the customer's inquiry would be, we have the confidence and we're able to approach other members of staff within different departments just to make sure that the customer's inquiry is kind of seen to its end at the best way possible, to make sure that the customer's got resolution in a professional and friendly manner that we're able to offer.
I think we're also quite proud of how we are in relation to how we treat people who are young, elderly and vulnerable, because we don't, obviously being here at the council, it's not always the customers who come in, there's just people who walk off the street with all sorts of problems. So if they don't come to us, they go to the police. So anyone could end up here, and we just make sure that we make them as welcome as possible, and obviously do our best to be able to assist them to make sure when they walk away they have a great, well, not say great experience, but they have a good experience, and that they're happy, and they're happy with North Kesteven. So that's really important to us.
Absolutely. Because
we are a very, very close team, aren't we? Yeah.
Well, thank you to our customer services team for talking about what it means to work here at North Kesteven District Council. I hope you like what you've heard from this session. If you're interested about this post, then please dig a little bit deeper, have a look at the microsite, and if you want to apply, please follow that through, and I really look forward to speaking to you at some point during the process.